and welcome back to Derail Valley. So, I think we're just going to pick up right where we left off on Wednesday, which was we got our locomotive all turned around here on the turntable. And it looks like those jobs reset, or took them out of my inventory, so we are actually going to need to run back over to the office, see what jobs are available now. So let's do that real quick before we start up. Because we have that manual servicing license now, we are going to want to try and conserve fuel and wear on the locomotives as much as possible, and probably get those paid off whenever we get the chance. So let's see. Remember, we were looking for 2 logistical haul jobs going to the steel mill. That looks like one. Let's see if the other one is still here or if it reset. I think they might both be here. So let's go ahead and grab these again and head back over to where we found those cars. Just verify that everything's still in the same spot. Yeah, it looks like it didn't reset our cars because we dropped off this car carrier, auto carrier car at the end of the last episode to clear room on these tracks to pick up one of these jobs. But it looks like it may have switched where we are. Or maybe it was always this line right here. It's only been 2 days, but already, and I've forgotten pretty much everything what I was doing. It's just my brain barely works anymore, so we'll see if we can get these up. So we're good there, and now we're looking for LH48. It's only a train of 4. I believe that was over here somewhere. No, that was not it. And here they are. Okay, so that's not too bad. Now, the one thing with trying to set these jobs up ahead of time, we do not know how many drop-offs there's going to be at the steel mill for each of these. So I don't really know which order I want to put these in. I'm thinking I want to pick up the 4 cars first, and then we'll pick up this long train at the end. The nice thing about the steel mill is, if we take a look at it, in the B section, or the B yard, which we'll be coming into, it has a nice long empty through track, which we can just drop that last set of that long train of cars on there, and then figure out what to do with the first set, whether or not we have to park them off in these sidings or in these sidings that are off of the A schematic. I'm sure you're not supposed to leave cars just sitting on the through track, but considering that there's no AI trains and we're literally the only person that exists in the valley at this point in time, we can do what we want. And that means leaving cars wherever. So let's just go ahead and get these set up since we're here. And we want this all the way to the right. So we're good there. Oops, a little bit of stuttering there for some reason. Okay, we should be set now. To just roll, since this is where we came from, to just roll in with our locomotive. We should be set up the correct direction because we are going to want to be heading back out to the west, and we for sure need the radiator facing forward which is what we've got going on right now. So let's get fired up. And once again, fan does nothing. I like pressing the switches, so that's why you see me do that. And the reason I don't do it for the headlights is because even though the headlights right now are just as useless as the fan, this will just turn itself off every time you teleport back into the cab anyway, so just leave it off. And we're still not on the clock here, so just do my normal thing, go nice and slow. I'm sure it's obvious to anybody who's been watching me lately. My goal when playing these games is not efficiency. It's definitely immersion and just to have a good time. And that's pretty much how I play everything. So when I play Euro Truck next week, it's the same deal. I don't really go for whatever is most efficient or lucrative. I just take what looks interesting or is going somewhere I want to see. And of course now, fuel conservation is going to be key. Just because we are paying for it individually now, there's going to be no value to be had for running it up as much as possible. Especially since our copay, which I should have checked in the office, which I'll check if I remember before we validate these jobs. Is going to be pretty high now that we just grabbed 2 additional licenses at the end of the last episode. Let's get going a little bit more than this. There we go. And we just need to check our switches on the way. Like I said, we came from there, so we should be just leading straight back to it, but complacency kills, as they say, or at least in this game, just wastes a lot of time. Yeah, looks like we're good. And when we go into the office, considering this is just empty cars, so 2 only puts us up to about 154 tons. We might be able to see if there's a freight haul job going to the steel mill, although I don't think much freight goes to the steel mill from the harbor. It's usually the other way around. But we'll take a look at the jobs, doesn't hurt. We did take concurrent jobs too, I believe, so that we should be able to take 3 jobs at once. But now I'm gonna have to check that out because I don't remember that either for sure. I know we got long 2 and we got manual service last time. Chunk. Alright, set our brake. And actually I'm going to get the remote ready while we're here. Missed it. There we go. And we want forward. Get the brake off. And let's go. Look at these nasty oil cars. Just, the textures on these are so good. And I definitely agree with where they put their time and energy on this game. Just you spend all your time on the trains, looking at trains and around the tracks, and all that stuff looks absolutely phenomenal. Right here, we'll want to need to go to 2S. Okay, that's set. That's set. Oh, too much. Get how much the independent brake would work with only 4 flat cars. That should do it. Perfect. Set the brake. That away. I'm going to couple, and then I am going to double check the length of our train, make sure everything is hooked up properly. So we are starting with, not that one. Oh, right. We have to check the job number, LH08. LH08 all the way down. So we are good to go. We'll just check the couplings on our way back. It should be already set. Good. 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 And I'm just glancing at the brake hoses real quick, because if those are connected, everything else is connected. Oop, didn't quite go far enough. Okay, we are good. So, we're going to stay here. I'm actually going to power down so that we can I don't think you can drain the battery or anything, but I'm not sure on that. So just shutting down so we can take our time, look at the jobs that are available. Hey, 34B, how are you doing today? And I'm just going to look for anything freight haul heading to the steel mill. Like I said, I don't think there's really anything that goes, oh, whoa, we do have something going to the steel mill, but it requires hazmat, which I don't have yet. Okay, we'll just stick with the jobs we have, these 2 logistical haul jobs. Thumbs up, that's good to hear. Oh, and I was going to check and see what our copay is up to now after taking all those licenses. So 24,500, that's not too bad yet, but enough that I'm going to want to start manually servicing as much as possible. Okay, make sure we're good here. G7S, that's where I picked up. G2S, yes, we're good to go. All to the steel mill, and we'll check out, oops, always forget where it reorders your inventory. Okay. So we are going to have to park in 2 different yards. But there's nothing wrong with that. Oop. And with this long train of flat cars, which I've noticed are still the most finicky of the types of cars, we really have to be aware of speed limits. I mean, look at all that bouncing just going over the junctions. It seems like if I've ever had a car derail going where I feel like I've been at or under the speed limit, it was always an empty flat car. So I will get the map ready to go, and also the switch remote, start everything up on the dash. And we'll worry about where we need to park these things when we get there. Actually, we should be set up to go straight out. While we're in the yard, I am going to look at, oh, what did I flip? Oh, just the headlights. It's all good. Okay, so only 1 drop off here for that one, and 1 for the other. Perfect. You never know with the logistical haul jobs if you're going to have to do a whole bunch of shunting at your destination as well. Thankfully, it doesn't look like it today. And we are well under maximum weight. We have plenty of fuel. I anticipate a smooth run into the steel mill as long as I don't do anything colossally stupid, which is always a possibility. Sure, all the brakes are off here. Okay. That is fun. That is a long train. This might be the longest train I've done yet, actually. I had one set up shortly after the overall update came out. I think I was doing 3 jobs. I had a huge long line of flat cars, so I was still pulling it with the shunter. But I decided to quit for the day, and then they did an update that night which reset all the jobs and trains and everything, so I didn't actually get to haul that one. That's alright. We're hauling long trains now. just need to keep an eye for that first junction, make sure we're headed to the right. I'm pretty sure it should still be set up that way because that's how we came in. In fact, all the junctions should be set, because the way I came down here from the goods factory, I was trying to go up this and around this hill and down the back way, but I was hauling almost max capacity and just could not make it up this big corkscrew, so I ended up having to come all the way back down through the steel mill. So I'm pretty sure all my junctions are set already. Let's just go a little bit more as we climb out of the harbor. You can see that on the stream, but all that, as we pulled out there was quite a bit of stuttering as it loaded this new zone. That is still the biggest technical issue that I think they have to overcome in this game, which I really hope they get a handle on at some point or another. It's not game breaking by any means, but it's definitely the most noticeable issue. At 40, and of course need to be very aware of keeping to whatever speed limit it says until all of the cars have passed the speed limit sign, which is going to be pretty difficult with this long of a train. But I never really go all that fast in the shunter anyway. I was wondering about that. We'll just take it nice and slow up the hill. Don't feel like spending money on sand right now unless I absolutely have to. And let's get ready on the junction. I can see it already. We are pointed the right direction. Ready to go. 30. Okay. So I keep checking my brakes so much. I'm always worried that because these other objects, the map and whatnot, can physically interact with stuff, I'm always worried I'm bumping my brakes on and off. How many cars? I think 14. See, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, just 14. So it's not a super long train, but pretty long for me. That one I mentioned earlier, I believe, was over 30 cars. I just don't like when I can't see the back. And I'm always nervous about these flat cars. They seem to want to hop off the rails at the slightest opportunity. We do want to be going faster than this, though. Say we might be able to pick up some speed here, but I know, yep, there we go, 40 limit on these curves. does look like I need to keep the throttle up. Okay, 50. This looked like a 30 for a second. A little bit of a seam in the train there. We're so light, we're not even actually generating all that much heat. Uphill, but I'm going to back off a little bit. I really like going about 10 kilometers an hour underneath the speed limit with these flat cars. You can just hear all the rails grinding back here. Junction, we're already set. Good. And we're pretty close to the big downhill leg now. Once we get past this tunnel, I believe. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see that speed limit sign, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. I'm sure it was. These don't look too bad. I'm sure it wasn't that slow. Here's 60, so okay. So easy to get distracted. Look at this great river valley. Checking on cars behind. Should be able to coast now most of the way down to the steel mill. Just have to watch the speed, make sure we don't pick up too much. You know that Alt Future have said that they're working on a day-night cycle for the game, which I'm highly looking forward to. Just I think that'll add a lot of atmosphere, you know, have different lighting and whatnot, even if it doesn't really change the gameplay at all. I'm looking forward to that quite a lot. I wonder, I have no idea like how far along they are in that or what their priorities are. I just know they've said they're working on it. Dare I go faster? Might as well. Then they will have to add lighting at the stations. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, they would have to add a bunch of lighting to all the stations, which would definitely be a pretty big task, I imagine. But, I mean, I think worth it in the end. Just, I think that would look phenomenal. You think they would also add lights along all the tracks? I'm thinking that. I mean, I know the headlights don't do anything yet, but I imagine they will. They just need to make sure that the signs are very reflective so that you can still see those at a pretty big distance. But I imagine when you're out on a wilderness stretch like here, it'd mostly just be your headlights, right? Oh, along tracks at yards. Yeah, of course, definitely. You're right. Yeah, not just at the platforms. They would definitely have to light a lot of the yard sections for sure. We're still okay. I think I'm going to start slowing down. I know we've got a junction. Yeah, there we go. See, speeds just change suddenly and dramatically sometimes. Should be all right. Said 50 going 40. So far, so good. almost there. So we're looking for B8S when we get there, and we are coming from the southwest, so this way. So I'm going to pull all the way through, and then I'll back into 8S. Because that's the long train, right? Yep. Yeah, that's what we have on the back. Or the long set. I'm not entirely sure what the actual name for that is. Start slowing down. This train is nice and light. I don't have to throw in the train brakes all the way just to get it to slow down. Just a little bit. Looks good. Put the map away. Put the switch remote away so that I have it when I run to the back with the remote, the train remote. Steel mill. Love the sound of wheels knocking on rails and at switches. I traveled a lot by train. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I love the sounds in this game. I unfortunately haven't traveled a lot by train, but I've always loved trains, and I wish I had had the opportunity to travel more, so yeah, but the sounds are amazing, and they really nailed them in this game, I think. All right, let's go ahead and just start hopping to the back. There we go. Remote ready. Yeah, I actually love riding on the back here, where you can just hear the car sounds in the wheels and not the engine sometimes. And I keep forgetting. No, why do I keep doing that? I wish you could see the actual page that was up in the menu. B8. Yep. And that is all the way that way. At all these trains of steel, I might not even be able to find a job that I can do out of here. Everything's really heavy. Might just do some shunting and then see if there's another logistical haul job, but we'll see. All right, I'm gonna start slowing down a little. That's probably good. Just need to clear this switch. And this is a pretty long train. Hopefully I won't have to push back too much, but probably will. I didn't notice if there was a lot of cars on this section or not. Yeah, looks like it. It's tough to get that train brake just right from the remote. It's a lot harder to finesse the handle that you can grab is much easier to do minor adjustments on than this little switch. In VR at least. Or it should be fine. Set that. Yep, now I need to hook up to these. And hopefully everything else is connected. We'll go ahead and give ourselves a little throttle. Sometimes there's multiple sections, yeah, like this, so I'm gonna have to hook this up too. All right. Yeah, quite a bit we need to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the one I need to be riding. And I know you just have to be clear of the junction for it to count, but just to be safe, I'm gonna back all the way to the sign, which is not too far off the junction anyway, but close that. Okay, and I think I'm going to go turn this one in, see if we can get the time bonus for this at least. There. Good. Wow, just barely. Good, I'm glad I did that. Got a nice payout, 12,000, not too bad. Chunk that in there, and then since I know we're definitely not going to get the bonus for that second one, we'll just hop back in and take my sweet time with it. I mean, not too much, but A3 is part of the main schematic, so looks like it's all the way back just before the servicing shed and the turntable. Uh-oh. I'm still always doing this. Let's see if I made it past. Oh, good. We're still rolling. Excellent. That was sketchy. To go left, left, right, left. Looks like another flat car. I might have to push out of the way on this one as well. Ooh, a DE6 spawned here. Quite looking forward to driving that for the first time. But I am going to take my time getting there. I do like the shunter, and I do very interested in at least playing around with the steam engine for a bit. rough, even though it said I was only going 5 kilometers an hour. This one, I'll just push as far back to the buffer as I can get. Oh yeah, plenty of space. In fact, that's good right there. Close that, open that. Shut down so that we can see what's going on, since I'm gonna have to service. Is it possible in VR to zoom in view as in non-VR using right mouse button? I don't think so. I haven't tried. I mean, that would basically be right stick. I haven't found a button that does that. But based on other games, like playing X-Plane in VR, where you can zoom in, you have to be real careful about using it because it messes with your view, and it can make you nauseous really, really fast. So I guess the short answer to your question is I am not sure, but I haven't seen a button that lets you zoom in VR. Not too much off, but no bonus. And missed the trash can. Still, not a bad payout for this set of jobs at all. Yeah, no problem. Well, I'm not entirely sure what to look for here. Let's just see what is available on the table that I can even do. Long 2 I can do, but definitely not 912 tons. 399, that would be right at our weight limit going back to the harbor. Ooh. 498, no. But actually, I'll just separate these out. I know logistical hauls are no problem. Shunting as well. Yeah, that's what I thought. All these trains that are ready to go are really heavy. Makes sense. Steel is very, very heavy. So, I mean, if this valley has a lot of elevation changes, so I am not confident that I could make it to the harbor from here at 399 tons. Maybe we'll just to the farm. That would be a short run. To the coal mine. I haven't been to the coal mine yet. Where even? Oh, that's all the way out here. That might be fun just to do, and not even. I mean, that wouldn't be worth very much money, but. Iron ore mine east. There, I've been once. And I did a lot of shunting on Wednesday, so yeah, look, there's a lot of pickups. Yeah, I don't feel like doing any shunting right now. So what do you think? Should we head to the iron ore mine or the coal mine? Can't decide. Because I imagine either of those places are also going to have really heavy freight hauls coming out. Just, coal and iron ore, those can't be very light. Let's go to the coal mine. I have not been there yet. So, like always, I'm not sure how many we have to pick up, but you know what? I think I see our cars right here. 2 brown and a yellow. Yep. SMLH33, that's it. Nice. SMLH33, yeah, let's do this. But I'm going to go service our locomotive first, just because that's a pretty decent way out to the coal mine. And I believe we're down to just over half a tank, so I want to fill up. Also, I'm pretty sure the coal mine does not have any diesel service. So yeah, we're going to want as much fuel as we can get to be able to get back out. All right, let's do it. On. Empty hoppers. I didn't even look. Yeah, only 72 tons. This will be having a nice light day today. So let's take it easy and go see part of the map I've never been to. Yeah, A34B, great to see you again. Thanks so much for dropping by, and I hope to see you again soon. Later. Okay, fuel up. Oh, right. It's been a while since I've done this. Do I need to bother with engine repair? Not until we need to get a new license. So, let's go ahead and refuel. That is not cheap. Neither is oil, but you know what? I'm going to leave oil until I need to reservice, just because I'm already spending $3,000 on fuel, and I'm only going to get, $8,000 for this job. Well, maybe up to 12, if I get the time bonus, which hopefully I will. So that's actually not too bad. If I get the 12,000, 3,000 on gas, just plus whatever we spend getting up there. But I will try and combine more jobs. I don't want to quit yet. And this is the only thing that really looks that interesting to me right now. So, wallet in, I guess. All right. Oh, come on. Oh, was drifting on the joystick. Okay. Break off. Let's go ahead and pull out of here while I get the rest of this set up. Gotta have those cab lights on. They make the instruments nice and readable in VR. Yeah, it's fun to play games that have had VR added, like Skyrim and things of that nature, Elite Dangerous. But there's just something special about a game that has been obviously built for VR from the very beginning. The two most immersive games in VR have the best controls are this and VTOL VR, which is a really great. It's essentially very similar in concept to Derail Valley, like a fictional area and fictional airplanes, but it's a jet fighter sim. It's really fun. I haven't played that in a while either. I should check back in on that. It's also in early access. I'll bet that's had quite a few significant updates since I last played. A little too much. Oh, and I wasn't paying attention to where I need to go, so we'll just run forward and do all that real quick. Yeah, so we need to go right, 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 left. Perfect. I don't know why I fell into this rhythm of basically using the royal we constantly. But I guess it's just an issue of, we're all in this together, right? Enjoying the game, doing stuff all as one group. So that's, I think, why I got into that. If it annoys people too much, please let me know. I'll make an effort to stop. But it seems to be my natural inclination. I'd really love to see level crossings too. Or, train gates. Just purely for atmosphere. I don't even care too much about having, like, NPC cars or anything like that driving on the roads. Just having the gates there would be fun. Because I love that noise too. Although I'm not, this Derail Valley is pretty clearly modeled after Eastern Europe. I'm not sure what the common crossing signal sounds like or looks like there. Alright, we'll get hooked up to our hoppers. Ooh. It would be nice, I think maybe if only these three get filled up at the coal mine, it'd be fun to go ahead and, do the shunting job to fill these up and then haul them. These are big though. These are going to hold a lot of coal. I don't know what that will turn out to in the weight, but okay, wasting gas. Let's go ahead and figure out where I am. There we go. And validate this job and be on our way. Going forward. Here we go. Oh yeah, wow. That's cool. They did such a great job modeling all these cars. Alright. Stick to under 30 in the yard. Get out the map. We've got a bit of a trip ahead. So, I have to remember not to go this way because it looks like it cuts off, but it doesn't. This goes under this part of the track into the goods factory. What I hit must be going uphill. Or I hit the... I did. That's what I was talking about earlier. I accidentally smacked the brake a little bit with the map. Yeah, so I have to go around the goods factory and then back up around that big corkscrew, which shouldn't be any trouble with a light train like today. And then all the way around into the coal mine. Should be a fun trip. And of course this junction will be set. I've never needed to go back to the tutorial area since then. I think after a couple more runs, I will be ready to get the steam engine. I think it's 50,000 for the license, so I want to have about 100,000 in my wallet, just in case something goes horribly wrong. Well, because I'm going to have to service up this locomotive, pay the emissions fees, and then purchase the license for the steam locomotive, and then get the shovel and the lighter, which is only, I think the lighter and the shovel are like 50 each or something like that. But I do want to have enough of a cash reserve so that if there's a major catastrophe on my first run, like the first time I had the steam locomotive in my last game, I won't be stuck doing shunting, which, as I've said, I don't mind doing. I actually quite enjoy the shunting. Whereas if I have another catastrophe with my first steam engine run, again, maybe the steam engine's not for me. So I'll have to decide that when I get there. But I have found it very fascinating. It's not something I've ever really been interested in before. I've always really liked diesel engines, just as a casual train watcher or train liker. I don't know. But the steam engine in this game, it's just so interesting, learning what all the knobs and levers and wheels and whatnot do. It's quite interesting. Although I do wish that they had thrown sidestep realism a little bit to give us more visibility in the cab. Like here, I mean, the shunter is amazing with these big windows. The steam engine just has a little portal out the front, as they do in real life, but I wish they'd have just made a nice glass, a nice big window out the front and the sides, just because that would be more fun in a game, just to be able to see where you're going. Same, I've heard it's the same with the DE6. We can get going faster. know there's been a few people over the last week or so who have been watching my channel and not typing in chat. I just want to make sure to say specifically thank you to you folks as well. I really do appreciate the views. This isn't something that I've really been too serious about before with streaming, but I'd really like to give it a go this time and see how it goes, and I hope everybody is enjoying what I'm doing. And please feel free to message me or type in the chat if you have any suggestions or comments. I'd love to hear from you. Just want to sit back and watch, and that's all. That is great as well. I really do appreciate it. I'm probably gonna have to get a lot more aggressive here if I want to make the that time limit. But I am not too concerned about that. I really do play this game to relax. I love these games that simulate work. I don't know why. Because I don't know that I could see myself doing a job like this in real life. I don't know though. I've never looked into it. Okay, we're going the correct direction. Let's slow down over this junction. And it's the same with the truck simulator games. I absolutely love them, find them relaxing, but I just don't think I could be a long-haul trucker in real life. I do get a lot of stress when I'm driving, and I can't imagine how much more that would be if I was in a giant semi-truck. And okay, we want to go left here to bypass the oil well north. Probably have to have throttle on for a while as we start climbing this big hill. These hoppers look a lot more stable than the flat cars too. Let's push it up to 50. And then I'll try and coast for a little bit just to save on gas before we have to start climbing that big hill. Alright. Oh, we already climbing. I waited too long. I'm pretty sure I will need to change this switch, as I think I backed past it and then came around from the west. So we need to keep an eye on that as well. Tell you though, it's can't wait for it to cool off a little bit. VR is much more pleasant in the winter. You've got this big box strapped to your face with very little ventilation, and just, you know, the screens do generate some heat. You know, it's not sweltering, but when it's already pretty hot out, It's 90 degrees out today. 91, I think they said was the high. My air conditioning already basically runs more or less constantly, which does not make me happy. But when I'm playing in VR, if I start sweating, my face starts sweating specifically, it just fogs up the lenses and then I can't see anything. So now that you know officially too much about what's going on with my face, I'll get back to it. This game really does have its moments. I really like whatever shader they used for the water. That gives it the sections of like diffuse roughness with more glassy reflective areas. It's really neat. And when you're seeing it from a distance, it looks very good. Build up some speed, but I also don't want to get going too fast for this junction. Then we need to have enough power to get up this hill. So, in fact, do I want to go all the way around, or do I want to, it looks like I probably want to tear off around past the iron ore mine. Oh, wait. No, I need to go this way. Okay, that almost caught me out, because this is not a Y. So if I missed that, I'd have to back all the way into the coal mine. So we need to branch off, and we need to go all the way around the loop. Okay. Sometimes I'm on top of things. Yeah, look at that. That's a 30 limit going past here. That is just brutal. Barely got that. Okay, and we're going 30. We're good. And I get all frantic. Please tell me that didn't hit my brakes. Okay. And that nothing derailed. Looks alright. And now we can go 60 for 50 yards and then 40. Yeah, their procedural generation of the speed limit signs is really neat, but now that they've got everything basically laid out, I think it would make sense to kind of go through now by hand and sort of even out the different speed changes, because you can get really off-putting when you see like 3 speed limit signs within 100 yards of each other. One is 80, one is 40, and then one is like 20. It's okay, maybe not that drastic, but I think they could do a little bit of work to just even out the speed changes, or at least maybe give you a little bit more warning when a drastic change is coming up. Like if there's a 70, and then the next limit is going to be a 40. Maybe have like a smaller sign underneath that shows what the next limit is going to be if it's more than 30 kilometers difference. Just an idea. But we're having no trouble climbing this hill today with only 3 empty hoppers behind us. They only weigh 72 tons, so we're good. I don't think I'm going to push the engine any harder than this. You can see our heat is still climbing, but we're making pretty good speed. Oh, that's actually climbing a lot there. And there's a 40 limit, so let's see if we can use the independent brake to slow us to that. Yeah, we should be okay. Looks like it sort of dipped down and leveled out on me there. Wasn't ready for that. And now we're going to be climbing again. Want to maintain under 40. That should bleed off pretty quickly on this uphill. slow down a little. Alright. And we need to go right. Okay. And we've got a 40 limit, slowing down too much. Oh yeah, that was I could see the crest of that grade there. This is just a tricky section of the track. And it does look like we've got some significant... Oh, no. Yep, see? Here's me not paying attention again. Alright. I needed to keep going around. I even mentioned that earlier. There's my boneheaded mistake for the day. And I need to watch my speed backing up here. Oh, this is going to be tricky to get started again. These are those simple mistakes that cost you your time bonus. Hopefully I can get started on this hill again. Okay, so I'm going to leave the independent brake, take off the train brake, put in a couple notches of throttle, let it rev up, and then release the independent brake. Okay, we're good. Moving forward. I even caught it earlier. It just goes to show the state I'm in mentally, where I can catch something earlier, spend a minute congratulating myself for doing so, and then screw it up anyway. Such is life. Looks like the coal mine has a loop. I've not been there. We'll check out the schematic as we get closer. Seem very stable. Is probably good. Let's coast and see how much speed I lose. $60, okay. That was a glimpse of the food factory. Very nice. looks like the food factory is going to be the closest place. Or maybe the oil well. Looks like they have diesel service too. So we can either come down. Oh, nope, we can't come down there. That goes over the goods factory. So we can come down here to the oil well or into the food factory. Either looks equidistant away, but that is still... not a guarantee. Okay, coming up to the next junction. Needing to go left and then right. Got some high plains up here. Still on a significant uphill grade. Honestly, was staring at the map and not paying attention. I was trying to remember where the other military base I saw was. There's, of course, the one on the map here. There's one in the harbor. And I cannot remember where I saw a third. I think... was it the machine factory? I honestly don't remember. But we're quite a ways away from getting the military license anyway. It's not really on my priorities right now. I think I'd like to get the steam engine. Do a little bit with that just for variety. Need to go left. Anyway, just get the steam engine for some variety, play around with that for a little while, and then probably go for the save up for the DE6 license. There's our heat warning. And then once we get the DE6 license, I'll start on the hazmats. Because I think it would make sense and be fun to haul tanker cars with the DE6. And I did throttle back, but we'll need to keep an eye on the heat anyway. It looks like it's still climbing, just not rapidly. Stretch my back here real quick. Okay. And I kind of stopped paying attention to speed limit signs. There's no way that there'll be any problem going 26. I just think our odds of making that time bonus are very small, but like I said, that's not why I'm doing this. Sure, there's some shunting we could do at the beginning of next week. if I wanted to make some quick money to pay off, the rather steep expense of driving this thing all the way up here. Fuel and oil, especially oil, is very expensive. Of course, if we spend a lot of time shunting at the coal mine, we'll have even less fuel to try and make it to the oil well or the food factory. So it might make sense to try and grab. It actually might make sense to just run empty to the food factory, do our shunting there, and have the shunting pay for the cost of fuel. Because based on what I just paid for fuel, okay, going to the right, almost missed it, we're good. Based on what I paid for fuel, looks like it costs about $7,000 for a full tank, which is a lot, but we can easily make more than that in one shunting job in about 10-15 minutes. Alright, good. Looks like we're leveling out. Hopefully we can pick up a little bit of speed, and then I'll let us coast to cool the engine. Just would like to get up to about 40. There we go. And we're still losing quite a bit of speed, so I don't know, it did say we were level. I don't really see it. Oh, and now we're going to go downhill. So I don't need this anymore. I know we are en route. Oh wow. So you can see the ocean from back here. Okay, so let's get our... Okay. Where is coal mine? Our speed. Okay, I'm going to slow us down. I don't like that. Let's see if I can get enough brake to just hold us steady. Where do we need to go? C1S. Okay, so obviously there's only one way to come in from the coal mine. So it looks like we need to head left up into C. There's C. And I believe we're coming from the south. No. This is from the north. We'd still be coming from the north. Okay, and we need to go off to the left if it's unoccupied, or back into it if it's occupied. Easy enough. Actually, I'm going to plop that up here on the dash, just so that it's an easy reach if I need to refer to it quickly. No need to blaze in here super fast. It's not for me. At 110, we could go faster. let's start slowing this thing down. For the junction, that's definitely coming up. I like to be going 20 to 30 over junctions. Alright, that's probably too much. Yep. Let's head around to the left. Looks good. That should take us into C. And we can keep an eye out, see if that track is occupied. It'd be nice to be able to just pull straight in. If not, we'll just back in. And it does look like both of these sidings are occupied. So that's no trouble. We'll just ride this through. Yes. Because we do not want to trap our locomotive between all of these cars. Let's go ahead and head to the back. Harder to do on this. There we go. Get out our remote. Verify C1S. Gorgeous view of the ocean from here. And of course I didn't check the track ahead, I just assumed it's set up to go around the loop. Since I haven't been here before, I'm not entirely sure. We look pretty clear. Will not be a problem. Flip into reverse, and here we go. And while we're here, let's see if we can find the office. Just spot it. I do not know where it is. But we'll check on the schematic. Hopefully, this is enough room for our 3 hoppers. I don't really want to have to push these back any if I don't have to. Alright. But I will pull it all the way back. There we go. Let's set our brake. See how we did. Oh, no problem. So, train brake on, this away, hop forward. And we just need to unhook, turn in our job, and we can call it a day. And we'll go ahead and flip this off, get shut down. Okay, let's see where the station office is. Is to the back. Is this it? Yes. Okay. Now let's see if we happen to get that time bonus. I'm not counting on it, but you never know. And if I can stick it in there. Yeah, 36 minutes. Plenty of time to spare. Look at that, $12,000. So that more than paid for the fuel that we bought. And we're set up very nicely when we return next week. So I think I'm going to leave it here for today. Thanks everybody who watched for watching. And until next time, I'm Keats, and I'll see you again soon.